Heart of Midlothian are flying in the Premiership. Confidence sky high for Craig Levine's men, and today, just a few hundred yards from their Tynecastle home, they take on Brendan Rodgers' all-conquering Celtic. The treble is on the line here, but this is what this Celtic team are used to. The pressure of the big occasion is something that they thrive on. Something has to give here at the home of Scottish rugby. He's had a great start to the season, the youngster Callum Morrison on the bench this afternoon. It's forward from Dunn, and it's Lee, and straight at Bain.
It's the wrong side of Callum McGregor. He does well to get his body in, Lee.
It's there for Smith though, onto Arnaud Djoum. Haring takes the deflection and will be another Hearts corner. They're just becoming more into this game.
Yeah, well, that passage of play, that all started with Edouard not holding the ball in. Hearts break out.
And it comes from Lee. Haring is up and McLean is there.
Offside.
The flag's up on the far side. McLean's celebrations cut short. Alan Mulvaney, the official, with his flag out.
Well, Team McLean is a couple of yards.
Dangerous at that moment. Benkovic has played a couple of good ones, but on that occasion it means that Arnaud Djoum can slide over, and Dimitri Mitchell as well.
Rogic stretches and finds Scott Sinclair. Sinclair goes it alone. Oh, what a great save from Bobby Slamal.
What a save that was. And that was the Scott Sinclair of old. Where Celtic have looked a threat is when they've countered. And Sinclair, I think they should allow him back on that inside. But this is a tremendous save. Fingertips from Slamal.
Tierney. Now Sinclair. Zanuck looking to get back to help out Michael Smith. Certainly block off the route inside. Down goes Christie. Penalty! Penalty awarded against Zanuck as Ryan Christie goes down.
Well,
and it is a key moment in this game.
The one thing I would say, Zanuck doesn't protest, and that normally is the tell.
My reaction was that it wasn't a penalty, but exactly like Chris says, when you look at Zanuck's reaction, I still think that is unbelievably soft.
It does catch him though, Michael.
But my initial reaction was it was never a penalty, but as Chris says, when you look at the player's reaction, Zanuck, head in his hands, he feels he's given it away. I'm still not convinced though.
And Scott Sinclair hasn't been at his most confident this season. Big goalkeeper. What a huge moment this is.
Well, this is massive. Scott Sinclair against Bobby Slamal. Sinclair sends the keeper the wrong way and gives Celtic the advantage in the Betfred Cup semi-final. Scott Sinclair just loves it when he faces Heart of Midlothian. He scores once again against the Jambos. Celtic in front at BT Murrayfield.
Tell you what, you've got to admire Scott Sinclair, his knowledge, his confidence. Zanuck there in protest. Tucks it away nicely. Stuttering run up there. Sends Slamal the wrong way. Real confidence. Is that the goal? Are we going to see Scott Sinclair back to the form which he had in a Celtic shirt that first season?
Rogic. Just keep it in play through James Forrest. Edouard. Nobody on his back initially. It's now Christie on Slamal. Did he keep it out? It won't matter because it's turned in by James Forrest. It's Celtic's second goal, and surely now that is the one that will take them to the Betfred Cup final. James Forrest, the specialist in this competition. Slamal will hold his head in his hands.
Well, Forrest on fire again in the hoops. this goes down as a really poor goalkeeping error. It's more of a pass than a shot from Rogic, and he spills it, but I tell you what, you have to credit James Forrest. He's the one who gambles, who anticipates, and he won't get an easier finish than that in his career. It does take a slight deflection, Michael, but dreadful goalkeeping. And how'd you like them?
Well, you see the ball's already spinning as it goes back to Ryan Christie. And the strike, as you said, is more of a pass.
This is the perfect situation for Brendan Rodgers and Celtic. A display of their dominance within the domestic game in Scotland. And it comes back for Christie! Oh, there's no doubt about this one! Ryan Christie with the biggest goal of his young career, and what an impact he has made on proceedings in this second half. Applause from his manager. There's no doubt now Celtic are heading to the final.
Well, talk about taking your opportunity. Celtic dominant. It's a fortunate touch from Edouard, but Christie, full of confidence, just steps onto it, has a clear mind, and he passes it brilliantly into the top right-hand corner of the net. It is a stunning finish from Christie. What an impact, what a goal, what a substitution. That is simply brilliant.
Lustig, McGregor, Rogic, Edouard. Celtic fans cheering every touch, apart from the one block from Jimmy Dunn on the line, and it was crucial.
That is a really top bit of defending. I said in the first half, his positional sense is tremendous for somebody so young.
Lustig with the switch of play. Nicely taken down by Sinclair. He's got Tierney outside him. Edouard in the middle. Sortu arriving as Forrest. But what is absolutely spectacular from Zlamal. That looked destined for 4-0.
It's a really nice work move from Celtic. The interchange, the movement, landing at James Forrest as the cutback gets to his feet here. It's a good strike. It's just not far enough in the corner, but don't take anything away from Bobby Zlamal.
Forrest can turn. He's away from Mitchell. Now sets up Sinclair. Still going. Still Scott Sinclair. Off the line. Sinclair again, and off the line. Well, between Dickamona and Smith, Hearts keep the score at 3. Determination from them.
The last-ditch defending, Michael. I mean, the game's gone, but to credit the defenders for sticking at it.
Yeah, really good defending from Hearts, but
it's Christie as the final seconds tick down. And when the chips are down and when the questions are asked in Scotland, Celtic get the job done once again, and they are into another final, and so much of it was down to the introduction of Ryan Christie.
It shows the strength and depth that Celtic have got for Hearts today. You know, Naismith's getting injured with just one injury too many for them.